Hello, I'm Horace Douty in Lexington, Virginia, and I'm doing a series of history lessons on General Robert E. Lee's last years, which he spent in Lexington. In my 2-volume History Lessons from a Country Church, I focus on Lee in 5 chapters after he arrived in Lexington. And today I'm going to give you a chapter on Let's Not Forget Travelers. I hope you enjoy learning about Lee, and these books of mine are available in the downtown books of Lexington, Virginia, also the Bookery in downtown Lexington, and on Amazon. And I hope that you will share these videos with your family and your friends. Thank you. Click on subscribe, click on like, and click on the little bell icon. Today, traveler. I'm standing where the great war horse Traveler is buried. That great stallion survived a war and carried his famous master to Rockbridge County. And General Lee resuscitated Washington College, and that institution helped ensure the survival of Lexington and the college and Lee's memory and me, because I'm a graduate of Washington Lee. Lee took time while he was here in Lexington to write a description of Traveler in response to the request of a distant artist. And I'm quoting Lee, "If I were an artist like you, I would draw a picture of Traveler representing his fine proportioned, muscular figure, deep chest, short back, strong haunches, flat legs, small head, broad forehead, delicate ears, quick eyes, small feet, and black mane and tail. Such a picture would inspire a poet whose genius could then depict his worth and describe his endurance of toil, hunger, thirst, heat, cold, danger, and suffering. He would enlarge upon his sagacity and affection and his invariable response to every wish of his rider. He might even imagine his thoughts through the long night marches and days of battle through which he has passed. I purchased Traveler in the mountains of Virginia, it was West Virginia in those days, in the autumn of 1861, and he has been my patient follower ever since. To Georgia, the Carolinas, back to Virginia. He carried me through the 7 days battle at Richmond, the Second Manassas at Sharpsburg, to Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, and back to the Rappahannock. From the commencement of the campaign in 1864 at Orange till its close around Petersburg, this saddle was scarcely off his back. As he passed through the fire of the Wilderness, Spotsylvania, Cold Harbor, and across the James River. In the campaign of 1865, he bore me from Petersburg to the final days at Appomattox. You must know the comfort that he is to me in my present situation. You can, I'm sure from what I have said, paint his portrait. Genuine affection bonded Lee and this horse. One day at the East Lexington boat landing, Traveler got loose while Lee was visiting aboard a luxury craft. People tried to catch the horse, but failed. And when they went in and made General Lee aware of the problem, he stepped out on the deck, spotted his rapidly disappearing horse into town, and gave a low whistle. The horse immediately stopped, answered with a glad whinny, turned and ran back to his beloved master, who by then had come ashore. Lee's son, Robert E. Lee, Jr., writes that during a review of troops near Orange Courthouse in 1863, his father allowed the strong horse to set his own pace for the 9-mile ride around the army. Traveler loved to run. His rapid lope never slackened. Throughout the entire review, of the dozen or more mounted officers trying to accompany Lee, they only could listen. None of them finished. They listened to the roar of the cheer as soldiers hailed their hero. It obviously took a number of miracles to bring a man so great as Robert E. Lee to Lexington and to keep him here. Traveler, the great gray horse, must be included in the list of miracles. We know that Lee and Traveler both watched the construction of the building here and around the county. Lee was a member of the Episcopal Church, but he took great interest in all the local Christian churches. As I drive over the hills of these Rockbridge County, I realize that I am traversing the same path that Lee and Traveler rode almost every afternoon out into the country, sometimes as far as 20 miles out and 20 miles back. I try to absorb the heritage, hoping that some of Robert E. Lee's spirit and Travelers can make me strong too. Go visit the General and his horse, where they lie at Lee Chapel, and remember what they did for the college and for the town. We are indebted to them and to God for sending both Lee and his horse here to Lexington. Blessings on you. Hope you will join me next time.